us at the table is Cristy Sharp. She's the owner of Ladycat Packing and Organizing. We've been doing this all day. Welcome to the
table,
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, beginning of the year, we all have resolutions: lose weight, clean the house, do all these things. And so we wanted to talk to people about getting organized. Ooh, but boy, when you're like, I want to get organized, and then when you go look at it, you're like, oh God, where was it? So, you know, if folks are looking at that huge mess in their house or their closet or their what do you call that thing where you put the car?
The garage.
Thank you. Where do they start? Where do you start when you've got a big mess?
Usually I ask them what the worst area is for them, like what they, look at every day that they just dread. So I like to start there so they see instant results.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that, actually, because it overwhelms you when you see such a mess like that.
It does.
You know, is there a time of year that should be the time of year that you say, okay, it's time to get organized? Like my mom did spring cleaning every year, spring cleaning. So is there a time of year or a particular
That's when
time?
it seems to peak, like it's spring and it's New Year. It's twice a year where people are like out with the old, in with the new, time to kind of change up the decor and your own clothing, like whether you're wearing heavy clothes or the warmer weathers. So it's time to switch it out, see what fits, see what's old, see what's new. So.
But throwing away things can be like really hard.
Yeah.
I know, because you were like, oh, I may need that someday. Or, oh, remember that time, I can't throw this away, it means so much. Like, how do you decide what to do with it?
There's the old trick of after a year, if you haven't worn it. But it's hard when you live in...
I got some work to do.
Yeah, I do too.
It is hard when you live in 4 seasons, because you're like, but I might need that for next winter. I think it's if you haven't worn it that season again, like the next season.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like the next, if you've got, yes, exactly.
Okay. Because sometimes winter is really mild sometimes, and then sometimes we have heavy winters, so I don't want to throw away big, heavy coats.
It is more complicated, because you're like, okay, it's rain, it's snow, it's wind, it's humidity, so there's a lot to kind of consider.
Unpack there,
So, I don't know if you guys, I try not to watch these shows, but they just start and you can't stop watching them, and then they come on back to back to back.
I know where you're going.
Hoarders.
Yes.
Okay? And so, a lot of times you'll see these folks who have houses just full of everything. And they're like, I can't throw away that, I'm emotionally attached. I can't throw that away, I'm emotionally attached. And so even though we may not be that extreme, how do you make decisions about things that you might be a little emotionally attached to?
Yeah, so the sentimental things we do last. We always say, let's do that last. Like someone has just passed maybe and they want to go through, let's go through another area or a smaller area. But there are extreme cases where they need more help than we can offer.
Yeah.
But we do hoarding. So we do go in and help with hoarders. Yeah.
Do you really?
Okay. There's boundaries, like it has to be clean enough, sanitary enough.
Right.
But we do like to help them.
What's been the worst situation you've ever seen?
So she is with Ladycat.
Right, when I cut the camera.
So she is with Ladycat Packing and Organizing. So you help people get organized.
Yeah,
so Lisa,
absolutely.
say what's the worst you've seen?
We've had to turn down jobs that were unclean.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
unsanitary.
very. Yeah, but we'll go to a certain level. I mean, you'd be surprised, but I kind of leave some of that up to my employees. Like, I don't want to make it ever unhealthy for them to help someone.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit
We'll
about
talk
how
off camera.
So we only have 1 minute left, unfortunately. So we'd love to talk to you more about that.
Tell us a little bit about how your business helps people get organized.
Well, we come in when we'll declutter with them. That's the first step, declutter, and then that's where you take away trash, donate items.
You customize that plan for the individual.
Yeah, exactly. And then so we're left
photos
with
on the screen of that right
there's
now
some
too.
before and after.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So that's a before.
I want that closet.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, my goodness. So I like
I want
how
that
can
one even
people
more.
like reach out? Because I've got
Gorgeous.
some work to do in my closet.
Yeah,
I know.
sure.
How do people reach out if they're interested in finding out more information?
Sure. Well, you can call Ladycat Packing and Organizing at 859-948-3397. Or visit our website, and I think we're going to have that listed on there.
Yeah, it's up there right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful. It's long, but just type in a few letters
But just
and
remember,
you'll find us.
Well, Cristy, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Thank you for
you.
giving us some tips, especially about how to get rid of those sentimental things. We really, really appreciate
No
that.
problem. Anytime.